Never had a mask on with a helmet on.
Oh, we had to do that for our CCA, High Performance Driving School.
It's interesting.
Plus, it was 100 degrees at Thunder Hill, so it wasn't
like
good.
That's brutal. Sort of like wearing a balaclava, I guess.
Almost. But on top of that, I had my balaclava on as well. It's insane. But them's the rules we have to follow.
I guess I got to get it around my ear. Yeah, at least it's not too warm here. Otherwise, we'd be struggling.
Yeah.
Speaking of struggling. There we go. You guys good to go?
Yep, always.
So, I know you've been around here before. Have you been around the track?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
But not with Robby Foley.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
So, I will give you my perspective. I'm sure you've had many other perspectives. So, this track historically has been pretty low grip in the last couple of years. The surface is a little bit worn down and old.
And we don't have Don's help today.
Yeah, exactly. No strategy today. So as you guys know, this is the turn one. That's not really a corner in racing, but it's the kink in the front straight.
Yeah.
And we'll be good participants and use the pit out. This is the motorcycle pit out, but we use this in IMSA as well. Middle of turn 2 here. We'll do like 1 7/8 laps so you guys will see the whole track. It's still pretty slick, got some nice mud on the track and things like that. Into turn 3, we set up on the left side of the road, turning in at about the 1 board. Work your way all the way down to the apex. Curves are still pretty slick because it's still damp. Into turn 4, light brake, turning in kind of early. Again, work your way down to the yellow curve to the apex. Tracking all the way out. Brake today around the bridge, nice and hard. Threshold brake initially. Turn the car in pretty early to use that compression at the apex.
That's where I got some good shots of you in the GT4.
Yeah. Into turn 6, again, big compression at the apex, kind of a moderate brake turning in. Car gains a lot of grip right at the apex, out to the exit. Working our way up to the corkscrew. Again, big brake initially. Turning in kind of early, we're going to look for this cone kind of down the hill, tell us where to be. And right down the hill over the curve. Let the car track out, work it back to the right a little bit, light brake down the hill into turn 9. Work your way all the way down to the apex. Squeezing on the throttle. Good rhythm here, back to the left for turn 10, turning in. Again, all the way down to the apex. Into the slowest corner on the track, turn 11. Threshold brake again. I'm going to use 3rd gear in this car for some traction all the way to the apex. Trying to get it as straight as we can.
So where are you lining up for the kink?
Kind of center of the road, and I always try to apex the kink. So right about here, and then we're going to set up to brake pretty straight. I always take a double apex here to the center of the road, and then we'll get pretty straight for the exit. Traction here is always an issue. See if we sneak by these guys.
Yeah. Oh, you know what Bill would do, right?
Yeah. Bill has 1 speed, flat out. Back into turn 4 as we pass our friends. Yeah, this car's pretty impressive. It's my first time driving one, but...
What a way to drive one, right?
Exactly. Turning in nice and early again. Use that compression in the middle of the corner, the camber in the road. Squeezing the throttle for the exit, up to turn 6. Kind of a moderate brake. Turning in a little bit early, get down to the compression again. Car gains grip. Squeeze the throttle for the exit. heavy braking initially into the corkscrew. Down to third gear, turning in pretty early. Get your eyes up. Right down the hill. Light brake into turn 9. Kind of a light long brake as we turn in. Right to the apex. And again, pretty good rhythm. Back to the left. We want to get parallel to the entry curve here for turn 10. And that's Laguna Seca.
Yeah, go out and do the same.
Exactly. No pressure. Hopefully it's a bit more dry when you guys get to go, but still fun to slip and slide in the wet.
Of course.
At that speed, were you feeling loss of grip?
Yeah, I didn't really slide the car at all, but you can just feel like, especially out of turn 11, we were pretty traction limited.
Okay.
In a straight line. Trying to figure out my helmet strategy here, but we'll go back over there and do another swap. Do you guys
So, yeah, for the corkscrew, without that cone there, what are you looking at?
I don't really have a reference necessarily. There's a tree there that I sometimes use, but I've done enough laps around here that I know if I'm kind of in a certain place over the hill, I know where I'm going to land. And I have a little trick there where as I'm turning left, I get to the apex and I turn back to the right a lot sooner than I've seen a lot of people. And it sometimes is a little bit rough on the car. Depending, it can bottom out a little bit, but you're saving a lot of distance.
We hear it all the time with you driving.
Exactly.
Should we
But you
hold on
save
to
some
the
distance.
quick tops?
What's that?